What's up, GG Nation, GG Legion? Welcome to a bonus episode of Golden God and Friends podcast. Megacon time. Megacon.
You forgot? Is it GG or GGG?
I said GG, you know, is Golden God Nation or Golden God Legion. That is our followers. Bonus episode time. Straussman, I'm your host and moderator, Straussman, the GG.
What episode is this?
It's bonus episode. It's just a bonus episode.
There's no number, like 6,000?
It's over.
My joke, my current joke, yeah. So I got some golden friends here with me. I got El Sixto. And I got
say that way.
I got and of course I got
the camera, so
and of course I got Melo. Melo Yellow. And what we're gonna talk about today is just Megacon, our experiences Megacon, what we expected. Mel and I went to the after party.
Whoa. The viewers out there. Megacon is mega convention.
Here in Orlando.
It's like our version of San Diego Comic-Con. It is
smaller.
It is smaller, but it has exploded. Six has been going,
but bigger.
Well, I mean, you've been going since the end of time, right?
Oh yeah.
How many years
thanks
now?
For giving me my years. Of
You're
age.
fine. You're okay. It's
well,
okay.
I've been going. I went originally when I was younger, like in middle school.
Yeah.
And I took a big break and I didn't go again. Now I've been going 7 years straight, I think it is.
Yeah.
So.
How many years for you, Mello?
5.
5 straight. This is my 3rd straight one, and it has been getting better. I
2
probably
days,
went
3rd straight. Sorry.
Yeah, you're fine. I probably struck when the coal's hot and got to it when it's getting really good. You guys.
Well, you actually, I took you the year before Megacon was sold.
Yeah.
So it was still crazy then because you were like awestruck and shit.
Yeah.
But the next year you went was when the new
So it
owners.
used to be a locally owned convention, and it got sold to
Fan Expo.
And you could tell they definitely know how to run a con. They extended it to 4 days. What did you guys think of that? Like the last 2 years being 4 days instead of 3 days?
My opinion, for this year specifically, it felt like the Thursday was Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it was super slow, and then for some reason Sunday was busy.
Yeah.
Sunday was insane this year. Last year it wasn't bad at all, but this year it was almost as worse as Saturday. I was so shocked.
Yeah, those of you who normally go to conventions, you guys usually know that Sunday's the day to go to get your deals, and it's slow. But this year felt like a Saturday to me.
It was nuts, man.
And
it was
Thursday was was mega slow and nice and easy. I took my kids actually that day, so.
So we'll start out. We'll go around. What was the highlight for you guys? I know Melo's highlight. What was your highlight?
I don't know what Melo's highlight was.
What's your highlight, Melo?
I met Stan Lee.
Yeah.
And I also met Nolan North, and I shook his hand twice.
Oh, okay.
Twice, y'all.
Nolan North, who?
Who's that?
Nolan North does the voice of Nathan Drake from Uncharted. He does the voice of Desmond Miles in the early Assassin's Creed.
He's probably in every single game you played.
Yeah.
Personally.
He did the voice of Superboy, Superman, and countless others in Justice League. So he does basically.
Melo.
He does voices.
He does
Melo
voices.
He
does voices.
Yeah.
Voices.
Like, if you guys don't know, Nolan North and Troy Baker are like the cream of the crop of like voice actors right now, and they're both were there. But Melo was so awestruck, he was shaking before he met Nolan North. And
we can add effects later.
Let's
Take
just
your whole body.
I want like tornadoes to come up over here, like I'm doing some type of jutsu.
Let's just give a shout out to those two Incredibles voice actors. They are incredibly sweet guys, very nice guys. Took a lot of time to talk to us. I remember when they were cheap. Now they're like, you got to pay a pretty good penny, a decent amount. It was worth it.
Not that. I mean, it's like only $20 extra, but
yeah. But I mean, I remember my first year we went with Troy Baker. I got 2 autographs and a photo for $50. And
that's what happens when they get.
Yeah, they blow it up. Like he was big that time, but it was incredible meeting you guys again. Really, really awesome. First time for Nolan North.
Now Emily Rose, please come to Megacon. If you don't know, Emily Rose is the voice of Nathan Drake's love interest. So she needs to come. And also, I don't know off the top of my head, but Sully's voice actor.
I would actually like Ashley Johnson. She is she's the second half of Last of Us.
Yeah, okay.
Ellie, she's Ellie, and she's
she
also continue.
she also was saved by the Avengers in the first Avengers movie.
Was she really?
Yeah, she was a barista.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was her. Yeah.
That was her. That's awesome.
Yep.
So, what was your highlight, Sixto?
My highlight this year was to get Stan Lee picture. So that was good. I finally
With the
got
whole family this time,
family.
right?
Yeah, I got the whole family a pic this time.
You got the kids settled down too.
Yeah, it was.
And you were
pretty
awkwardly
crazy.
far apart. Awkward.
No, I fixed it.
Yeah.
I got somebody with Photoshop and they scooted.
He did a really good job too. I mean, it looks like nothing was touched. It was.
So I got to meet him before too, but this one was special because the whole family was there, and it's apparently his last time in the Florida conventions. I don't know if he's going to keep going.
They said that last year though, but I bet he comes back. I think that's the new tagline. You know, it's his last convention. Raise $20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was 120 this year.
Yeah.
It was some money. My highlight would probably be the same thing because of this young gentleman helping me out. I got to see Stan Lee for a good 5 seconds. A good 5 seconds. I mean, it was a quick photo. But I don't know. It was really great to see Troy and Nolan North meeting Nolan North for the first time, and him revealing all his games that he was in E3 that are coming up. Thank you. I appreciate that. Going On Friends podcast, episode 6000. Yeah.
Exclusive.
Yeah,
Breaking news.
Uncharted panel was pretty legit.
The Uncharted panel was really fun. The Mass Effect panel was really cool.
Yeah,
I wish they had Melo Shepherd there, but it's cool to hear from Lightning, and they've been those voice actresses are incredible. They've been in every game we've probably played too that we haven't even known of.
Or 3.
Yeah.
So, what didn't you like about the con, Melo?
I was upset that Mike Tyson didn't show up.
Did he not show up at all? I thought he showed up.
No, he didn't show up at all. He was supposed to be there Sunday. He didn't show up at all, and I was very sad. I actually cried in a corner. And
Were you gonna get his eye?
I hurt my back. It was spinal.
Oh,
Spinal injury.
that.
Damn.
So.
You're
An X-ray move.
Yeah.
Now you can't move your dick.
Nope. Can't move anything.
But
you met somebody there, didn't you? Didn't you meet somebody at Megacon, right? You shook his hand twice, right?
Yeah. I met Nolan North and I shook his hand twice. 2 times. Once in the beginning and once at the end.
So what was your
and I side hugged him too.
He did. He grabbed his ass too.
Yeah, side hug.
Yeah, I haven't washed his hand yet.
Melo was extremely happy to meet him. So what was your role like?
I actually liked everything. The guest, obviously, I mean, it's kind of hard. You can't really blame them for the guest cancellations and everything. I just want them to be able to keep the space, and I really like that they're keeping the Megacon name alive.
Well, if you think about it, that space is smaller than there was one year where they use, how that big ass wall, where on that side that's where all the tickets and all that shit was. There was one year they used both, remember?
Yeah.
And then one side was like held to like keep people out.
Yeah, it was very.
And then as soon as it would be time to open, like everybody would rush in, but they use both sides. Now this side they're just using it for
maybe it was more organized. Maybe
it
was more.
You can tell it's run by people that do cons. Like you can tell.
Even Sunday was crowded, but it wasn't. You could still move.
Well, even Saturday wasn't that bad. I remember years past where it was like fuck.
You couldn't move. You couldn't.
You're like in a mosh pit.
So what was your low light?
There's really nothing except the vendors.
Yeah.
I bought 2 Link figures and they were bootlegs.
Yeah.
So that's got to be the bootlegs for sure. For me, I loved the after party. I had fun. I had a blast, but
that's another.
The 750 drinks that were water, basically.
I ordered.
I think a lot of people. I was looking at their Facebook. A lot of people were upset with their after party. Especially, I think some people were complaining. I guess they used to do it in the convention center before. I don't know the ones. I haven't been to one in years.
We went one 2 years ago, and it was at the Rosen, but it was in the smaller part of the Rosen.
Oh, okay.
This one was in a really big booth hall. I think
they did because we went on Saturday. I think the one for Friday night was in
the Tiki
Club 39, which is what it's called. But then the Paradox was done in the ballroom, which when we went with Paradox that one year, the Club 39. It was a smaller venue, but you would get closer to people, and things would happen. Not like not things would happen, but it wasn't like so. It wasn't like a prom, if you will.
No, yeah.
Whereas Paradox, not to like knock the venue or whatever, but it was super big, and their dance floor was small. but it was really big. And for the amount of people that were there, I feel that if it was a little bit smaller, you would force more interaction between people.
What it was, it's like anything. It's like any club. Like you go super early to the club. No one's super shy. Everyone doesn't want to talk to each other. Then you get drunk a little bit, and then everyone mingles. That's how it was. That's how it really was. But for you to get drunk at this after party, you probably had to spend a good $100. Like $7.50 for a drink.
If you didn't stick to just beer, then you were not getting drunk at all that night. At all.
Really watered down.
And one of our friends actually videotaped one of the bartenders camping out on the alcohol.
Yeah, it was. They're probably told. I don't want to blame the bartender. It's just
open bar, right? It was,
no, you had to buy tickets for a drink.
Yeah.
And when you go to ask for the drink, it's kind of stupid because
you had to pay outside, and then you come back inside, give them the little ticket, and then.
But I didn't see any other type of tickets. There was always a red ticket. So if you paid for a soda, you came in with that red ticket and be like, "Hey, I want a beer. That's what I paid for," and you get whatever you paid for.
See, that was smart. That's what we should have did. That's what we should.
Well, now that they know.
Now that we leaked the information, way to fucking go, Melo.
You're welcome.
You bastard.
You're welcome, Rogan.
But, no, I always have so much fun at Megacon. The after party was a lot of fun. But it's like any club. Back in my club days when I used to go to House of Blues every Sunday for International Ladies Night. It's the same thing. You get there, everyone's super shy, the breakdancers are doing their thing, and then all of a sudden, everyone gets a little buzzed, and then they start having fun.
Well, there was that guy. I don't know if you have ever seen Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist.
It's been a while, but yeah.
You know when they go to the bar where they think it's Where's Fluffy is there?
Yeah,
and it's actually, and then that guy, he's like super excited because it's not Where's Fluffy, but it's that band, and he starts breakdancing on the floor. There's that guy at the after party. This kid came in with shorts, like some moccasins on, and a buttoned up shirt, and he starts dancing and shit. And then after a while, you see him unbutton his shirt, and his chesticles are out, and he just starts going around fucking trying to drag people into the dance floor. He's like, yeah, come on.
Yeah, honestly, there was a guy like that. And I'm like, dude, come on.
He was shuffling hard, too.
Yeah.
Very hard.
Was it pretty good?
I was spinning the globe a lot. I was doing good.
Me and my colleagues were watering Levi because we wanted him.
What was your, what are you... Who did you really want to see besides Mike Tyson that didn't show up? Was any of the Walking Dead guests?
I personally didn't, but I know a lot of people were upset that Norman had canceled. And Charlie Cox, had canceled for Daredevil.
Yeah. Charlie Cox did. Yeah, he wasn't there.
They did have Killer Frost and fucking H.R. Wells. Well, White Canary was there too, but Wells. From Flash, from Flash.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some of the Supernatural people, somebody had canceled, I forgot, but they got somebody else to fill in, which is pretty cool.
And then Meatloaf canceled and then came back.
Yeah, he was there one day,
came back.
Anyone see Tim Curry? Anyone? No?
I didn't see Tim Curry. I wanted to, but, between Stanley and him, Stanley won this time.
Yeah.
So.
How much was his stuff?
The Rocky Horror Picture. Most of the cast was there. So.
You said there was an awkward experience, though, at the... Your buddy went to the panel and it got weird, right? For the Rocky Horror?
That wasn't me.
Someone was telling me about that.
It wasn't him.
Shaggy.
Could have caught him in the shower.
Shaggy. But, I had a really great time. I would probably like to see Norman Reedus and Negan. He would probably be cool to meet, but, I met who I wanted. Back to some of the disappointing, the anime cast this year was, voice cast was a little lackluster for me. Last year was such a big highlight for me. With all the Dragon Ball.
They had some pretty big names. I mean, they had the American Sailor Moon, right?
Yeah. They had the OG Sailor Moon too, which I was shocked.
Disney princesses.
Which I was shocked, but I wanted, I wanted to see, Sean Schemmel again and Chris Sabat and all those guys.
They probably couldn't get them because they're probably dubbing Super.
Yeah, there you go.
They could have got the voice of Naruto because
they had Naruto there.
Boruto there. There you
go.
Naruto done?
She was done unless she's doing the voice of
super
Naruto.
Sweet. Like she talked to Kelvin and I for a good 10-15 minutes.
When did this happen?
Thursday.
I forgot.
It had to be Friday because
her line wasn't super long. I don't think a lot of people like Boruto as much as Naruto. To be honest, and she's also Sailor. She's the new Sailor Jupiter, I think.
New Sailor Jupiter.
Yeah, I think she's the new one. But she was incredibly sweet. She was really fun. So for me, that's I wanted to see a little bit more.
On the comic book side, they had Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo, which are pretty big.
Yeah,
and then they're in their panel.
Yeah.
Todd McFarlane showed up.
Apparently, he had.
It's not
up.
apparently. They put it on his the Facebook page. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it was official. Yeah, I don't know. I guess he was walking around the con, but I couldn't find him. I would have loved to.
Well, it was a bajillion people there.
And be like, hey, but I really would like for them. I mean, this is on the comic book nerd side. Like, I would like for them to bring Jim Lee. Like, seriously.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
If they could bring him down.
I'm sure it's only gonna get bigger, the fellas. Like that Sunday was a testament.
Now the Megacon Orlando and the Megacon Tampa, and all the other conventions.
And which Tampa for right now, as it stands, I'm not sure. I know they probably were announcing guests for Megacon since last year, but it's almost August. Tampa Megacon is in September to October, and there's not that many guests yet. So it's not very appealing, even though the tickets aren't up for sale yet. Yeah, it's not very appealing.
Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes.
Yeah, so. And then Tampa Bay Comic Con, because there's two now.
Bob, if anyone
they have tons of people. Like they have, they have Austin St. John. They have tons of people there. Tampa Bay Comic Con.
Tampa Bay Comic Con. That one's in.
In August.
Was it August?
August, yeah.
There's also another con in St. Augustine, which is going to have the Final Fantasy 15 cast, like the 4 main dudes, and it's also going to have 2 Persona 5 voice actors, Futaba, and they're going to have Morgana, which I definitely want my Steelbook autographed by both those two. And I probably will get my Steelbook 15 signed by, depending on the price of those. I didn't like that game as much as I love P5. P5 I have 70 plus hours in, and then, Final Fantasy 15 I have like 8 hours in. I need to go back and play that a little more.
Blasphemy.
It's just, I just didn't connect to that one as much. Like, Persona 5 was everything I wanted.
So here we go. Tampa Bay Comic Con. Yeah. So far, they have announced Val Kilmer.
Oh, yeah.
Batman. Which is Batman.
So if you want to get his autograph, it's $80.
Yeah.
Kate Beckinsale.
Ooh.
They have Carrie Payton, which is the voice of Cyborg in Teen Titans, and also is the leader in the Kingdom.
Teen Titans Go, best show, right?
Nichelle Nichols. They have Renee O'Connor, which was Xena Warrior Princess.
She was the friend. She was the friend of Xena.
They have Allison Mack, Austin St. John, the original Red Ranger.
Red Ranger.
Sean McGuire, William B. Davis, Joe Keery, which is what's his face? Wasn't it Steven from Stranger Things?
Yeah. The boyfriend.
They have Linda Ballantyne.
OG Sailor
Moon.
Mayo Flanagan, which is the voice of Naruto.
Yep.
They had Katie Griffin. Sarah Natochenny,
That's funny.
Ash's voice actress.
Yep.
Jeremy Shada from Adventure Time. They'll have Stephen Butler, Ben Caldwell, Jerry Conway, Clayton Crane, Kieran Grant, Casey Jones, not the guy from TMNT.
Not TMNT, Casey Jones, but the comic book artist.
Steve Leola.
Writer.
If I butchered that name, I'm sorry. They have George Lucas, not from Star Wars. Jim Mahfood.
No.
They have Pablo Marcos, Mike Mayhew, so they have tons of
comic book.
So I'm not going to read all of them, but yeah, they have a shit ton of cosplay guests. They have Cecil Grimes, which is the guy who looks just like Rick.
But he goes everywhere. He was there. He was
at the after party.
I mean, he really looks like
he has the mannerisms down and everything.
Like he was there.
And
with,
of course,
Norm Reedus, dude.
Jessica Negri.
Is she going to be there?
Yeah. I'm just gonna go just for her.
I might go for her.
Let's go ahead and plug in Tampa Bay right now.
Let's see.
Plug for them.
They are open. Oh yeah, so it is.
It is July, right?
July 28th to the 30th. July Tampa is Tampa Bay Comic Con. July 28th to the 30th.
So they pushed it up. They used to be August.
Friday. Well, their hours are more longer. So Friday is noon to midnight.
Okay.
Shameless plug for.
But the exhibitor hall closes at 6, and that's all the days. Saturday is 8 a.m. to midnight. Sunday 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. So definitely more
8 a.m.
hours.
to midnight?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
so
I may actually go this year.
That's a long day.
You went 1 year, right?
I actually went two times. 1 year was the first year. Yeah, it was horrible. The AC wasn't working. We were waiting outside in line for the longest to only zigzag in through like a little room and go up the escalators that weren't working. So, but it looks like they fixed it. So when I went as Deathstroke 1 year, it was pretty good.
Okay. So yeah, I may actually check it out this time.
Well, we should, because we all of us got the premiere pass, so we get 1 free day.
Well, not the Tampa Bay Comic Con.
That's Megacon.
That's Megacon.
That's Tampa Bay Megacon.
Oh, is this Tampa? What's this?
This is Tampa Bay Comic Con. Yeah.
Now let me.
What's
see.
Tampa Bay Megacon then?
Megacon.
Which is August, right?
The Shaka Kong. No. Yeah, that one is
Megacon.
end of September, beginning of October.
September 29th to the 1st, and so far,
it's just
let's see.
Well,
they have more guests, but so
I think
far.
It's comic book stuff. I don't know if they have anything
They have.
confirmed.
Well,
Media guests they have?
I didn't like the list last year. That's why I never went.
So Jason Mewes and Kevin Smith.
I wanted to go
one.
last year because they had Doctor Who people, but I didn't get to go.
I don't watch Doctor Who's, so I don't.
Oh, you're gonna get a lot.
Yeah, you might be able to get. Cause you live in the Boone D6.
Yeah.
So I don't have service here.
You don't have service here.
Oh, yeah.
But okay,
unless they're not showing.
Well, this is a long way away. A year away. What do you? Who'd you want to see that you didn't see this year that you want to see next year that will make a trip out?
I want the entire cast of Uncharted.
Every single one. That'd be really cool to see.
That would be amazing if they get that.
Sully. Even Slice. Even Laura Bailey. Like, I'm shocked Laura Bailey hasn't been to, a MegaCon. Like, she is in a lot of, like, a bajillion games, too. I would definitely have her signed by Persona 4. Because she's Rise in Persona 4.
Yeah.
That'd be incredible to get signed.
Yeah, they don't have anybody confirmed.
There you go.
I'm assuming confirmed, too, because anybody can...
That's a little bit concerning, though, because
it's like 2 months away.
It's about to be June tomorrow.
Yeah.
Their stuff starts in the end of October. Or the end of September, so...
So, I mean, it's... for like 2 months away, 2 or 3 months away, you expect to see more people, you would assume?
Now, this is the first year they do Tampa Bay MegaCon, right? Or is it second?
They did it last year.
Okay, how was it? Did you go?
I didn't go. Ricky actually went. He checked it out. He said it was alright. I heard a few people said it was good.
Well, I'm sure it's like anything, that's going to have to take a while to grow and get more popular.
This one, I think, because I don't think they've done Tampa Bay MegaCon. I think there's only 2 years running now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's their new one, and I got it confused with Tampa Bay Comic Con.
Yeah.
Like,
well, Comic Con, if you look at the list, is not as big as MegaCon's list.
Yeah.
But for
some reason, this particular one.
But it's weird though. Why? How long are those artists and those celebrities going to be there? They're open from noon till 6, if you say. Or noon until midnight. What is there to do from whenever exhibitor hall closes until midnight?
Yeah, Ralph Macchio. I remember last year, Ralph Macchio, he was there, and man, he had like no line. Like, no one saw Ralph Macchio.
It's sad.
Show some respect for the Karate Kid people.
Because they think Jaden Smith is the Karate Kid, and he's not.
Oh, God.
He's the Kung Fu kid.
Well, I kind of said what I kind of want to come by is Ashley Johnson. Laura Bailey would be fun.
Hulk Hogan.
Hogan.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I mean, he lives down here anyway.
Well, I would like some of the WWE stars because they all live down here, and then most of them go to Wizard World.
They should do a WWE stuff. I mean, I think they should reach out.
I would like to meet Finn Balor.
I mean, MegaCon is more of a pop culture.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Well, I don't know. They're pop culture too, though.
Well,
I would say.
Roots MegaCon. I mean, used to be like just comic. Like most conventions, I think start like a lot of them started as comic book or strictly anime or strictly something. And we good?
Yeah, well, I'm just checking what time we're at. We're only 25 minutes in, so go ahead.
Oh no, okay, we're good.
Yeah.
And this kind of grew into the pop culture now, so I think they should start making some contacts with WWE and bringing some of those stars.
I would say very much WWE's pop culture.
Wasn't there 1 year they brought in midget wrestling?
Yeah, they did.
And if that's offensive, I'm sorry. But they did.
Little people wrestling.
Yeah. I've seen that a few times in
cool
Spring Break.
It was pretty neat.
Which was pretty funny. Because I saw Hulk Hogan in Spring Break 1 year. They brought him out for midget wrestling, and I was just like...
Little people wrestling.
I'm sorry. But I was just like, oh, how the mighty have fallen, where he has to do this promo.
Well, it was his own league, wasn't it? Hulk Hogan's...
Pricing is not bad for Tampa Bay. $60.
Well, not bad. For all 3 days?
Plus a $5 fee, yeah.
Well, all 3 days?
Yeah.
Not
That's
bad.
pretty cheap. Comic-Con or
thing is getting those 3 days off.
Comic-Con in Tampa, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Maybe
getting those 3 days off is the challenge, though.
Yeah, the weekend, always. For sure.
But they moved it up, though. Because Tampa Bay Comic-Con used to be in August.
Yeah.
Whereas MegaCon, when I first started going, was in February. They moved it back until March, and then 1 year was April.
Yeah,
and now they
my
finally
first
settled.
year was April. Now it's constantly Memorial Day weekend, which
sucks.
Which is good and bad. It's a pain in the ass to get a hotel. Luckily, we live really close. We don't need to do that, but it's always fun. So that's a pain in the ass, and plus, it's just the traffic is nuts for Memorial Day weekend. What?
If you keep banging on the table.
Yeah, I know. It's going to pick it up. But anything else you guys want to talk about? Any highlights, lowlights? What do you want to see in the future?
Uncharted cast.
I want to see more Last of Us, more Persona. Bring out more Persona.
Well, they didn't have that many video game people. I mean, they had some, but it wasn't that much.
They had about 4 or 5, I would say. But big ones, though.
Yeah.
I mean, Jennifer Halo's...
Which is good. In the past years, like the last few years, I think the biggest one we met was Troy Baker.
And honestly, it's also a crossover effect, because a lot of those guys do, video games and anime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Colin Clickenbeard, she's awesome. She's Lilith in Borderlands, but she's also Urza in Fairy Tail and quite a few others. Her voiceover works ridiculously long. Like, she's been there. She's been a vet for a long time. Yep. So, incredibly cool. She was super, super sweet as well. Kelvin got his Borderlands sign. We were talking to her for a little while. Very, very awesome.
Another Borderlands person there, too? There were like 2, right?
Yes.
I forgot the other
it was the one right next to her, too. She's really cool, too. I forgot. Man, I can't believe I forgot her name. She was really cool as well.
Another thing I'd like to see is, how, Comic Con, or, real Comic Con, not to knock Megacon, but like
it's
the big ones,
there. I feel like
New York Comic Con, LA Comic Con, they have exclusive viewings of shit.
Yeah.
Now, I'm all cool with the goodie bags or whatever, but give us something exclusive.
They kind of had like exclusive anime, like they would play the English dub of animes that haven't been premiered yet. A couple of them.
They did One Piece.
Well, they only did like 4 episodes.
Yeah,
so
but One Piece, they did One Piece episode 1 through 3, and that's already aired here in the United States.
Yeah, but but I mean they had some exclusive ones as well. That
but still, something that you could only see it here.
Also, make the Maid Cafe more than one day. Like, it sold out instantly.
They probably weren't prepared.
Probably not. Like, I wanted, Chad and I, my buddy Chad and I were talking about it. He's like, nope, it sold out. I was like, what?
Yeah. Well, they sell out a lot of their stuff pretty quick.
Yeah, they do.
A lot of their stuff. I wanted to hit up they had a special panel for the Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo, and they sold out.
Like, instantly?
Yeah, pretty much instantly as soon as they put it up. So...
Expected. I mean, those guys are big in the comic book industry. Everyone wants to meet those dudes. That would probably be a fun panel. I did like how they moved the panels this year to the bigger auditorium. Almost too big auditorium.
Yep, some of them they got full though. Some
of the
other ones they really did.
I also like how they, instead of doing it like in Comic Con or how they did it in previous years, like when we went to go to the voice actor panel like last year with Troy Baker.
Yeah.
Instead of having them behind a table, they had them sitting in like director's chairs or whatever.
Yeah.
So you could actually see
they
them.
Actually had them up too.
Yeah, and it felt a little bit more personal.
Yeah.
Instead of like having them far away, like about a few feet away from the first row of the audience, and they're like up high in the sky.
Very intimate moment with Troy and Nolan. Very, very sexual.
Well, I was watching videos.
Shake his hand, right?
I met Nolan North and I shook his hand twice.
Okay.
And grabbed his ass.
I was watching videos of the other panels, and like they had 2 different guys that would like narrate it and moderate the panel, but like it was like a panel that you'd see like in the big Comic Con and in New York and LA.
If it so happens that they actually listen to this, but the guy from Texas was pretty cool. I liked him. I didn't catch his name, but he was a cool guy.
He was very nice. He was a great moderator.
Out again, that was really good. He was a good moderator.
Go ahead, sorry.
I met Nolan North and shook his hand twice.
He did. We only went to 2 panels this year. Last year, I went to a shit. I mean, I had like a whole day.
He went to a shit. He took a shit, and that's what it was.
Well, last year I went to so many. Like, I went to so many panels last year. It was ridiculous. I think I had a whole day almost dedicated of just panels. I went to, like, Kelvin and I. We went to, because they had so many Dragon Ball panels and so many anime panels.
Just
we went
hit or miss with the.
This year we only did the 2. We only did the Uncharted one and the Mass Effect one, which was fun.
Yeah.
Very, very fun. We missed the One Piece one because we went to go get Nolan North's autograph because we wanted to wait in that madness, and it was good. It was fun. I like how they handled the lines this year too. While signing, they just do 1 row and then move everyone over, and that was really simple.
I just didn't think they expected that many people to want to get Nolan North's signature though.
It was his first year here, so instead of Troy's line being ridiculously long this time, it was his line. That was ridiculously long.
Yeah.
Because Troy's line wasn't that bad at all. It was pretty tame compared to
Nolan's.
Yeah. But it was, like I said, it was Nolan's first time. I would even say those two are almost neck and neck in terms of popularity. Like it's really, really close, and they have really natural charisma together at the panel. You know, the panel got cut short, which sucked. You know, Melo, he tried so damn hardest to get his question out. But man, he was way back there. They just cut it short.
But I asked the question anyways when I met him, and I shook his hand twice.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Nolan North, of course. Yeah. Side hug.
Yep.
But,
all right. So you know, quick little, like, any last thoughts, any last words? Did you want to talk a little bit about E3, or did you guys want to just end it?
All I know is that Assassin's Creed Origins leaked trailer.
We're only at 30.
Is out. You clearly hear Nolan North's voice in it. So it's Origins. You pointed it out. It could be.
Want to confirm it?
I'm gonna confirm it right now. I shook Nolan North's hands twice, and in that handshake, he said, "Hey, I'm gonna be in Assassin's Creed again." Just by that.
Okay,
in the trailer you hear Nolan North's voice, and it looks like since it's Origins, Assassin's Creed Origins, they might be coming back and like revising some of the stuff they did with Desmond Miles.
Yeah.
And takes place in Egypt. Yeah,
Egypt, which was a long rumor for the longest time. We all knew that for a while for Assassin's Creed. Are you happy that it took a year off and it's coming back?
Well, I mean, I can't say right now, because we haven't played it. If you and it was a cinematic trailer, but it cuts off. Like, you hear Nolan North and another guy speaking, and out of nowhere you see like static, and then you see the eagle flying over Egypt. But then it cuts off there. Okay. So you can't. I don't like to judge too much on trailers, because they could put the most polished trailer out there. Division. Yeah. And when the game comes out, it's not as good as they hyped it up to be. Yeah. And
absolutely right. Trailers are very deceiving.
Yeah,
very,
and for me,
very deceiving.
And it's a Ubisoft.
Yeah, well,
Ubisoft is known for bringing out the good games, but
they just had a logo change too.
Yeah,
they had another game they announced a couple days ago.
Far Cry 5.
Far Cry 5, and it actually
looks good.
It looks really good, but it has a lot of controversy already.
Wow,
yeah.
Because of the white, like white America. Like, come on, guys. Like, there you go. Like, you got to bitch about everything. Like, stop bitching about it. Just play the game. It's a video game, people. Just play it. So,
because they're Southern cultists.
We're gonna, they really are, and it's Montana.
Montana.
Nintendo, I think, is doing a pre-recorded again this year. I don't think they actually are doing.
So they're doing a treehouse.
Yeah, they're doing.
The treehouse is one of the most brilliant ideas, though. Their live stream is always very, very fun. We are gonna do an E3 prediction show.
Microsoft going last this year? I think it is. Is it last?
I haven't looked at
I think they're going first.
It might be first. They took, but yeah.
Well, I think they moved a day ahead. Or something.
That's what they did.
I think they moved a day ahead.
Is it this weekend?
I'm thinking they're doing like.
No, it's next week. Okay. So we need to get our E3 predictions, and we don't have to do it now, but we're definitely gonna do a show for that. I'm hoping to have all three of these guys here for that.
And it starts on Monday.
There's two of us.
Huh?
There's only two.
Well.
Yeah. We need the rest of the we need the rest of your friends.
Yeah, for sure. But we'll have these two for sure. With Golden God and Friends for sure. I would like to.
And Sony, I'm pretty sure you guys being big Sony fans, they got some stuff hidden up their sleeves.
Well, that's one thing that when I met
They've
Troy
been
Baker.
killing it the last few years.
When I met Troy Baker, I'm not, and you can't say spoiler because it's been a fucking year already. But at the end of Uncharted, Sully leaves with Sam.
Sam.
Yeah.
And during the epilogue, you see them send a postcard over to Drake's daughter, Nathan Drake's daughter, and it's basically them on their own little adventures. So when I talked to Troy, I said I thanked him for his work, and I said, hey, do you think they'll continue the story with Sam and Sully? And he's like, I wouldn't be adverse to it.
Oh, that'd be cool.
The thing is, I was expecting it to be that. It ended up being Chloe and Nadine as the DLC or / new game now. It's like a spin-off game. Which I paid for the season pass, so I don't think I'm getting it. I'm still going to have to pay probably the $40.
Yeah, it's separate.
Yeah, it's completely separate.
A separate, journey that's probably only about like 3 hours long. I don't think it's that long of a game. I think
no, it's gonna be. It has to be longer if they're gonna do a physical release. If it was something that short, it would have been like a DLC. Or something
I read the Game Informer article about it though. It said it wasn't that long.
It was Heavenly Sword. Remember that game?
Yeah, well, Heavenly Sword. I liked Heavenly Sword.
I liked it. It just felt really.
Hellblade is a spiritual successor too. We haven't seen that game in like 3 years. So maybe does it resurface this year finally? I know it's a smaller studio now. It's not a bigger studio. But you know, we'll talk a little bit like of expectations right now, I guess, because we're only like at the 30-minute mark. What do you guys expect from Six's favorites, Microsoft? They got to be bringing it. I think they're gonna be showing Scorpio.
It's gonna be a Scorpio show.
For sure.
It really is.
It's going to be all one umbrella. I think all one umbrella. All the games will be Scorpio powered, but they will be playable on the other consoles.
I think it's going to be a Scorpio show, but they need to bring their exclusives. Like, I haven't been excited for anything Xbox since, I think, Gears. That's the last time I
absolutely love Gears 4. Except for that.
We're going to get a glimpse of Red Dead probably. I don't know if we'll
like
get
even
it from Microsoft
even
or if we'll get it from
the biggest rumor is it's going to be on Sony because they have that exclusive deal with
for Red Dead?
Yeah, like online multiplayer bullshit. Like it's some exclusive deal they have. Like you get extra. Okay. Like they do have a
Sony will
well, I mean,
that already got pushed
Microsoft
back.
at least
Also,
if they throw in like
but they
one
could
or
show
two.
a trailer though. They could show a trailer of Red Dead too.
But they need to bring out like Forza, Halo
talks. Forza for sure. Forza they've already kind of
Gears because we all know how Gears 4 ended.
Don't remind me.
But yeah, so like I think they need to bring some exclusives to, like get me interested.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna get a Scorpio right away because I'm broke.
It's very concerning because there was a list. Like I think GameSpot had a list. Like Microsoft fans will be a little lonely with this because it showed like just a ton of PS4 exclusives. Another interesting fact: Sony announced like a week ago they have 70 million PlayStation subscribers.
Yeah,
not Plus, but just that's whether it's free or Plus.
Okay.
So Plus is probably a little bit smaller than that. I'd say probably like 45 million, probably. But that's still big. That's 70 million people playing on that console. That's pretty impressive. I'm hoping Microsoft. I feel like they're gonna be balling out. They're gonna ball uncontrollably. They're gonna bring it. They know we're talking shit. they know we're talking shit.
I'm gonna throw my prediction. Ready?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say they bring out the next Halo. They're gonna bring out the next Gears.
I think we'll get a peek. I don't know.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking 4. They'll bring at least show or talk about some of these. So Halo, Gears, Forza, of course, and Sunset Overdrive 2.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big risk. I don't think so because they're working on Spider-Man.
Yeah, but they could. Naughty Dog, when they were working on Uncharted 4, they also had people working on Last of Us.
Yeah.
So they could splinter the...
Naughty Dog's big enough to have 2 studios, though.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
Insomniac only has 1 studio.
Yeah, but you never know.
It's a smaller studio. They're not as big as they used to be.
Those are my predictions for Microsoft.
Right, you never know because the thing is...
True. It could be someone else doing it.
3 E3s. I mean, your list of PlayStation exclusives is pretty much they bring out one, and then they carry that one from the next E3 to the next E3, and then they bring out another one, and then because there's like 2 or I mean, The Last of Us 2 we saw last year.
Yeah.
So we'll probably get it this year. We may get a date.
I don't think so. I think that game's 2 years away, or a year and a half.
So
year and a half.
I mean, God of War. I've been excited.
God of War. I think it's gonna be
still,
March 2018. I feel like
we're still waiting for that.
I think that'll be a date. I think Spider-Man will be really close to the movie. I know it's not a movie game. Don't kill us in the comments. It's not a movie game, but you want to capitalize on Spider-Man as much as possible when that movie's out. So it's gonna be either a couple weeks after or around the same time as the movie. So,
or they could wait for that Blu-ray release too and release it then too.
They could. That's also a valid point, but I think they would want to capitalize.
I want to see from Sony more VR stuff.
There's a Spider-Man animated movie coming out too.
Yes,
I think comes out next year. A Spider-Man one, so they might drop it around that time too.
Possible.
But yeah,
I just feel like
more VR stuff.
The iron's hot right there. You want to capitalize because people will be like, you have that in the theater. Before Spider-Man plays. Oh, Spider-Man the game out now.
Yeah.
Boom. Like, oh yeah, okay. Well, shit. This movie is good. I'm gonna go get the game. And wait, the game's even better. Yeah. Which I probably think it will be. I think the game will be. Video games nowadays are so good. They're almost better than most movies. I would say. Last of Us. Uncharted. But going back to Microsoft, I think they're gonna bring it. I think they know. I think they know. Phil Spencer has done an amazing job of trying to get exclusives. I remember that one year, like 2 years ago, they had like, or maybe last year, they had like so many beautiful exclusives. They paid for the,
Isn't that zombie game where he's like getting chased by hordes of zombies into like that farmland area? Isn't that
Sony?
Microsoft?
No,
Sony?
that was Sony.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's Sony
We're
exclusive.
still waiting for that.
Yeah, that one's gonna be a little bit farther away.
Yeah.
So, but no, I think they like he had such an amazing. I think it was like Gears 4. It was like Halo, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Forza. They had that lineup, that amazing holiday lineup, and they still weren't doing good. So I think he gets it clearly.
Sony is just it's the name, man. It's Sony. Everybody wants Sony. Everybody wants it. And I mean, even me, you cannot.
I would say Microsoft's a bigger company than Sony, though.
I mean, the PlayStation 2 library was so big that
it was incredible.
And PlayStation 3 was good, but for me personally, it didn't get good towards the end, almost close to the end.
I absolutely agree.
Actually, they just announced the end of life. I saw a little snippet. End of life in Japan for PS3 just came. So
which is what, 14 years?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a long time. That's a big time.
Big rumor. I don't know if you heard. It's just talks. There's nothing at all that I've seen that has confirmed it or not denied or anything. But the pressure of Microsoft putting out the Scorpio, apparently there was murmurs of the PlayStation 5. So now people are saying, will they see something at E3 or will they wait and do their own conference like they've done also before?
But my question is, because there's a lot of confusion, is Scorpio the next Xbox or is Scorpio basically like a PS4 Pro?
I originally thought it was the next Xbox, but I think it's just
supposed to be a higher end version, but at the same time, are we going to get a bump in their hardware, kind of like, because the big thing has always been PC and console. So are we going to see the console game now change too? Kind of like, I think you mentioned it in one of the other podcasts, is like the phone. They release a phone every year.
Yeah.
So the console market's probably thinking, okay, if we have to compete with console, maybe we can do, or compete with PCs, maybe we can kind of do the same thing, and not necessarily every year, every 3 or 4 or 5 years, we bring out something a little bumped up, and then the problem is pricing is key. Yeah. That for console gamers to invest, most of us we want to invest. Okay, we'll drop the 300 or the 400, but we don't want to drop more than that every so many years.
This is also the problem with that too, because we're going to see everything for Scorpio specs. We're going to see like all the games on that. But are the third parties really going to get the best out of that when they got to make it for 4 or 5 other consoles?
It's the same thing that I've seen with the PlayStation Pro.
Yeah.
Horizon or
beautiful.
It looks amazing on the Pro. But if you pick up something that's on both, it's not really there.
Yeah, it's not gonna be.
It looks nicer and shinier, but it's
the thing about that too is what you just brought up with the PS5. Is it a PS5 or is it a PS4 Pro?
Or something?
Pro Plus.
Plus or something. What do you think? You think?
Well, that was just something I read that I saw that.
Are they gonna make it?
Like wondering.
Are they gonna make it a double ice cream sandwich? Because that already looked delicious as an ice cream sandwich. Because that's why I call the Pro as ice cream sandwich. But now they're gonna add another layer and make it a double ice cream sandwich.
I think that design was stupid.
I think it would be terrible if they did that.
with the way the Switch came out, I think they need to reevaluate and redesign again. I think we need to see some newer designs come out now for systems. So,
yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. I think some of my biggest predictions for Microsoft is I think they're going to have a lot of newer IPs.
If I was Sony, I would capitalize on the Nintendo Switch craze and try to come out with a hybrid like the Switch. Well,
that's what the PlayStation Vita was supposed to do.
That's what
it sucked at it. And the PlayStation Vita was a good console. It was just not enough support behind it. And
it's very Japanese.
Get it right. It was not enough support on the Western side.
Right.
Because Japan, they got a crap ton of games.
And
that's what I'm saying about the VR. I want to see Sony come out with more stuff for VR because I feel like I've fallen for, not their gimmicks, but like their expansions and everything. Like I fell for the camera with the card game that they had.
Yeah.
They just seem
like it feels like
and they just for us, for the U.S. or the Western side, however you want to look at it, they seem to forget that we like this stuff too.
Well, they do have that one.
Push everything on Japan.
They have that one big one though, that Farpoint game that looks incredible in VR. Like it looks really good.
I think that came out already, right?
Yeah.
Actually, I think you're right. I think it came out a few weeks ago.
A friend of mine did try it and said it was one of the most immersive VR experiences, and he's played both.
Yeah.
The Vive and all that. And he said it was definitely get it with that gun attachment that comes out.
See, but I have the SOCOM 4 gun attachment. Where you cock it.
Oh no.
But I don't think it works with that.
It fits both controllers. Well, I don't know if you need both ball controller, what the fuck they call it.
The move controller.
Yeah. No, they're move controllers, but they're remember there was that little nub, little nub one, and then the one with the ball. So
most of them just use the motion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, I don't know. I think Microsoft needs to bring more IPs or bring some exclusives. Like, why should I play?
Of video games. This is a pinnacle E3.
Yeah.
Because this past Christmas we finally saw. I mean, that one company who shall not be named didn't see that much increase in stuff, but the gaming industry did see an increase in interest. It spiked up this last Christmas.
Yeah. Well, big time gaming's killing it right now.
E3
and a lot of people said,
and a lot of people the first one that's pretty much open to the public too.
Yeah, and a lot of people thought. A lot of people thought. Yeah, sorry. A lot of people thought the gaming industry was dying, and now it's just getting stronger and stronger. Some of my surprises for Sony, I think we're going to see a lot more release dates, a couple new IPs, exclusive deals, of course. They already have the Red Dead. I'm sure there'll be a Far Cry exclusive deal where you get like an extra gun or some bullshit like that. something not too big, but
the big one for them is going to be definitely Destiny.
Yeah,
I mean that's their big FPS that they're pushing.
Destiny, dude.
Well, it's funny because they have exclusivities to Destiny and Call of Duty.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They have everything. Like, Activision's really buddy-buddy with Sony right now.
But I am going to rub it in you guys' face. It's basically, they got it after
Microsoft juiced it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we gave it up and said, all right, we've had
you didn't want to give it up.
Enough Mountain Dews and enough
They definitely did not want to give it up, for sure. But what I think, for sure, is we'll see release dates for all their big titles that were announced like a year or two ago. But we'll see probably a new trailer for Death Stranding. I feel like I'm very excited. I love Kojima games. Maybe a couple extra VR. I think we'll see a couple of hybrid VRs like Resident Evil 7. Mm-hmm. We'll see a couple new games like that so they don't forget about you a little bit. Nice,
They're going to announce the VR Slim.
Wireless VR. But there was a patent for another VR. There was a patent that got put up by Sony for something else. Was it the VR2? Is it a wireless VR? I mean, nobody knows right now.
It could just also just be a template too, where you just want to have it there. Yeah, just have it there. You know, like for people that don't know what E3 is, it's the Super Bowl for us gamers. We love it's right there. we love this stuff. It's always exciting, and this one will be a really exciting time because the Switch is out. Scorpio news. What Sony got up their sleeve. This one, there's a lot of unquestioned answers. You know, not answered. Which I just said that twice. Wow, I messed that up. But I feel like, I just feel like this one is just really exciting because the rumors this year haven't really been prominent as much as they have in years past. Which is good.
Leaked trailers here and there.
Yeah, like a couple things leaked early, like Far Cry, and then
Nolan North. I shook his hand twice. I think PlayStation is gonna keep their hands out of the handheld market.
Oh, for sure.
I don't think they're gonna go the way of Switch because they've learned their lessons where Nintendo dominates that market. Yeah. I think, and they've had the chance and they didn't capitalize on it. I think they're gonna keep to home consoles and try and dominate there. Yeah. Whatever they bring out, I don't think they're going to bring out any new Uncharted because Lost Legacy is coming out. Infamous.
I think we'll see an Infamous or something, yeah.
Infamous 4 or Infamous 5?
They have
Infamous 4 because Second Son was 3. I think they're going to do Infamous 3.
The thing is,
or 2, 4.
They have Sony probably has about like 6 or 7 studios that we don't know what the hell they're working on. No. Like there's a lot of stuff that.
And they could bring out new IPs like Horizon.
Yeah, I think they will. I think another thing about Horizon, I think we'll see some DLC for sure.
He points up there because I have the statue.
Yeah, you can't see. Sorry. I think they're gonna have a DLC expansion for that. It's already been hinted. It's already been hinted at. The game sold incredibly well. Out of all of Sony's IPs, God of War, everything that was brand new before a brand new IP, Horizon Zero Dawn sold the most. That is mind-blowing to me.
It was mind-blowing to me. People were really waiting for that. I was actually one that was skeptical on it. I didn't jump on it right away.
I
still haven't played it.
No?
It's really good. It's incredible.
I haven't beaten it, but I have played it.
It's honestly really similar to Zelda. Almost every single way.
It has way more RPG stuff than I thought it would.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
So, it's a nice hybrid.
Yeah,
of the
it's
two.
They did it. Yeah, it's really.
So
really
for
good.
the last 10 minutes here, we'll end it with Nintendo stuff because we talked about the other two big. Let's talk about the new horse. The new horse that's
All right, so let's
energetic.
do this. All right, you say your stuff, and then you say your stuff, and I say my stuff, and at the end we all discuss it. All right.
No, I don't like that. I don't like that at all because then we can't get our opinions.
You can just say at the end.
But I'll start it off. I think I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna say Retro is not gonna have one but two Metroid games. There's gonna be two Metroid games announced. I feel like it. People have been wanting it. The 30th anniversary passed by with nothing. Like that's disgusting to me. Metroid's one of their biggest franchises. Very much like what you said about Sony forgetting things. Nintendo has sorely forgotten Metroid, and they need to bring Metroid back. Samus needs to return. Whether it's 2D, 3D, I don't care. Maybe both, because I think there's gonna be two games. I think there's gonna be a handheld game, and there's gonna be a Switch game that's gonna be like Prime, very much so. So I think that's gonna be a big prominent. Would you want to see that? Would you want to see two games, one game? What you prefer, 2D or do you prefer 3D Prime?
Well, I mean, they could go either way, but I don't think there's going to be any connectivity, in my eyes, between the 3DS and the Wii and the Wii U, the Switch.
No, I think they're trying to keep that market separate. They really are trying to say
the
Switch is not a 3DS.
That's why you would have two games, though, right?
Yeah.
Why would you not capitalize on both if you're still keeping that thing alive? Which they are, because they just announced a new console, the 2DS XL, new Nintendo 2DS.
But
XL.
I don't think they're gonna switch them because I don't know. I don't think they're gonna put them together because it feels like for me in the beginning I haven't played Nintendo Switch on the TV. Like until I only played it like the day I got it.
Yeah.
After that, it's been I have had it handheld. I don't know why. I just feel better playing it handheld.
It actually runs better in handheld, actually.
Well, I don't know, but
either way,
I've been so used to playing anything Nintendo on handheld that it just feels right to play it handheld. And then I just don't feel like playing it on my TV when I could just watch cable or whatever on TV and then play it. True. So. But yeah, I'm down for a new Metroid. I would like it 3D. If it comes 2D, fuck it.
I'm the exact opposite with you. What you said with your Switch. Mine is 95% always docked. I always like playing it on the TV. I like that feeling as a gamer.
Here's a little bit. Your situation is different. With me, I take
You take your stuff on the go for sure.
Yeah. Like on the weekends at work, I play.
And
that's
the
Switch.
Convenience. That's the convenience for the Switch. So, if you're at work, you can bring your Switch along.
Yep.
But that's just how I like to play games, though. Like
I think we'll see a Metroid. I would like to see a Metroid. Mm-hmm. I mean, if they don't capitalize on Metroid, period. I mean, I think that's wrong on them. But a Metroid would definitely be fun to see.
I think
we got probably the best, or one of the best, I shouldn't say, since we have a big Zelda fan here, but we got one of the best Zeldas out there. Yeah. So, I mean...
I wouldn't be opposed to them doing remakes. We saw how they did Wind Waker and Twilight Princess for the Wii U. I wouldn't be opposed to them doing Ocarina and Majora's Mask remake on the Switch.
On the Switch?
But not to the point where... Yeah, not to the point where it was on the... Like, the Ocarina of Time, when it came on the 3DS, there wasn't that extra little nub where you could control the camera. Yeah. So now if you go back and play Ocarina of Time on the 3DS, it's a little bit difficult because you have to use, I think it's the touchscreen to change the camera. But I wouldn't be opposed to them bringing out Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask as a remake. And if they make Twilight Princess and Wind Waker as well as remakes, maybe like two packs, I'd be down.
I would like to see the virtual console store, like more stuff come on.
Yes, absolutely. I think they need that
ability to the portability and stuff, and for the people that want the 3DS or don't want, just bring some more of those games.
What they could do also is they could bring on the virtual console is Skyward Sword, but without having to need the gyro.
Yeah.
Because not a lot of people didn't play Skyward Sword because of that. Because you needed the Wii Motion Plus. You needed a Wii Motion Plus, and not a lot of people wanted to buy that. Not a lot of people wanted to stand up and do all this shit. Yeah. I'm one that played Twilight Princess sitting down. Yeah. I played Skyward Sword because I wanted to play it, but not a lot of people are that diehard fans of Zelda to go ahead and play the whole game with the Motion Plus.
And although I was opposed to the Amiibos, I really like what they did with the Amiibos and Zelda. I would
Skyward
like to
Sword
see,
amiibo still not up for pre-order. Amazon.
Yeah.
The fuck.
But I would like to see more integration of the amiibos in that way.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, it gives you something every day.
That was,
and this and
so
that.
far with Fire Emblem, they've done a great job.
Yeah.
Except for the last Fire Emblem just came out. Bullshit that they're ghosts.
Also, that's a great segue that we could probably end on because I feel like Super Smash Bros.
That's a given.
It's gonna be put on.
It's a given.
You can't let that game rot on the Wii. You got to bring that over, and I guarantee we'll get a couple extra characters. I feel very much so.
I picked up Mario Kart, and I didn't really play too much on the Wii U, but I love it on the Switch.
Yeah.
We had fun. We had fun when we were over here playing Mario Kart on Wii U way back when after a fight night. We had a lot of fun playing that.
On the Switch, I love
Great
it.
party
because
game.
of the way the controls work, I actually have 3 controllers already without really having 3
Yeah.
So, I think the Switch definitely, as much slack as it got at first, I don't know on you guys' end, but on the internet and stuff, I heard a lot more. I'm not
For sure, but the thing is,
and it just
skyrocketed.
You could say the slack, and you're right. It needs to be better. It needs to the friend code shit still annoys the fuck out of me. It needs to go away.
A lot of stuff they gotta
but it sold over 2 million. You can't keep it in store.
I want to say
you can't keep it in store. It's selling well.
They're paying attention because Bomberman sucked when it came out. And Capcom did come out
and fix it
and put a patch on it. They fix it. It runs better. I actually haven't picked it up because it's still a pretty high, expensive game.
Yeah,
I have it. I picked it up. I picked it up for something to do before Mario Kart came out.
Yeah.
But apparently they fixed it, and now it's a lot of fun, I hear. And they added some stuff too, kind of like not necessarily sorry, but kind of like hey, we know we messed up.
Yeah.
So they added a few little things here and there.
I think this year they'll do Smash, of course.
They got to.
I hope they do remakes, 2-pack remakes for Twilight Princess, Wind Waker, and Ocarina and Majora's. And I think since we haven't had a game from him for a while, not for a while, for a couple of years, but I think there's going to be another Luigi game.
That should be
maybe, possibly.
Like a Luigi's Mansion sequel to Dark Moon.
Anything you want to end it on, 6? We'll call it here. That's a little snippet of our E3 combo. We're going to have a lot more. I'll wrangle up a lot of rumors. We'll go through it. We'll do our own predictions. We did a little bit today, but I got a lot more that I have on my sleeve.
I'll end it. Also, I met Nolan North and shook his hand twice.
I'll end it with, I know we want to see a lot of maybe remakes, this and that, but I really would like to see from all 3. We get it from a lot from Sony though. We do. I'm not gonna. They do come out with their IPs, but I'd like to see some more original stuff.
Yes,
yeah, not
absolutely.
like ARMS, because ARMS is bullshit.
Actually, I think ARMS is gonna be really fun.
I think ARMS is gonna be fun.
I think it's gonna be really fun.
I want to see something new.
Yes.
I like to see that and just be bold and try it out. I mean, you never know. It's gonna be hit or miss. Just bring something out. Get some new talent out there.
That's
maybe a Legend of Zelda mixed with Mario Odyssey type of shit.
That'd be insane.
I actually
like an N64, Super Mario 64, and like a new
Zelda All-Stars.
And that's
where
why
you guys tag each other.
Yeah, right.
The SNES Mini. I mean,
Super NES. We talked about that, which no one will ever see. Sorry, but we'll end it there. But that's why I do like and respect Sony so much is taking chances on new IPs and letting them succeed. Like, we just talked about Horizon. That was a huge gamble. The guys that did Killzone for many years. You want them to make what? They want to make what? A hybrid RPG open world game that actually has dinosaurs as robots. Like, no, like most companies would turn that down. But to take that risk and for it to pay off is a testament to that team and Sony for taking that risk. So a little bit of snippet, bonus episode going on, friends. Thank you so much. Thank you, Melo. Thank you, 6. We'll try to get later. We'll try to get later this week and do our full actual E3 predictions. It is next week. It's next weekend, I believe. So let's.
We all got phones. We all got technology.
We'll definitely end it. Thank you so much, guys. You want to plug your Twitters, Instagrams, anything?
I don't have Twitter, but I met Nolan North and shook his hand twice.
What?
You want to plug your Twitter, Instagram, anything?
I don't use my Twitter, so I don't tweet.
Twitter is at EL_6. And that's about it because I don't know my Instagram one. But you can hit me up on the tweet.
You could, ladies, you can hit me up on Snapchat. It's EG Melo. Send them titties.
E3 June 13th.
Yeah, so it's next week. So we'll get together and we'll end it. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good one.
See you.